So should you use low code or no code to build your software product, or get a full-blown development team to build your software product? As a founder, how do you answer that question? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. If you're here for the first time, my name is Bulama Yusuf. I'm the founder of Intellectual Apps and Bulama.io. At Intellectual Apps, we build apps for startups, while at Bulama.io, I offer tech leadership to startups. I have over 2 decades experience in tech, and in that period, I've led several teams and shipped tens of products. So let's get into today's video. No code. There's a lot of talk about no code, low code, and the death of developers. You don't need a development team. It's too much of a hassle. It will cost you too much to use them and all of that. So a lot of founders these days, shift to using AI tools, no code tools, or low code tools to build their product, especially non-technical founders. Now, my thoughts on this are, well, I have a software engineering background, so I lean towards having, a proper set or team of developers to build your product. And I'll give you my reasons why. The main issue with doing no code, low code, or some kind of AI tool to build your product is not that it gives you something quite fast, not that it will get it wrong, but it's going to be harder for you to change and evolve that product. If at some point you need to get developers, if that ever comes up for you, that you need to get developers to look at the code, to modify it because you now have, so many more users and you need to improve or, just evolve the product. It may be hard for them to do that because these low code tools tend to write very bad code, right? They produce code that lets you see that your product works, but it's not necessarily maintainable. Now with AI, you could argue that you could just go back to the AI and tell it to improve it. Well, that's possible, but currently I think that's a little bit tough, to achieve. So whenever you need to make certain types of changes, it becomes hard. You may describe what you want. Yes, it adds that extra part for you, but then it drops off something else, right? It's hard for you to really understand or comprehend everything you want to do. Now, don't get me wrong. With time, these tools, especially with AI, it may get much, much better. But the argument for me still remains that low code or no code tools or products that you build are very hard to change and modify because of the nature of the code that is produced behind it. If at some point AI becomes the product itself and you don't need any code, then I would say yes, at that point you won't need developers or a development team. But the advantage of having a development team is you can build your code in such a way that it's easy for you to maintain and evolve over time. And for me, that's the most important asset for you as a founder, for you to be able to maintain and evolve your product over time. Look at Uber, for example. I'm sure Uber is more than 10 years old. That means that product has kept on evolving, right? The whole idea behind it keeps on changing and improving, and the code base keeps on improving. I'm not sure how that product will look like if it was built with no code and low code, right? So if you're looking to build something just quick, fast, and easy to prove that my idea works and this is it functioning in an app, your MVP to get investments and so on, yes, that works. But I feel on a long enough time horizon, you will need a development team to be right in there to build you a product that is easy for you to change and maintain over time. So if you are building a product right now with low code, you can tell us what your experience is in the comments. Has it been easy for you to update and maintain that piece of software? Or did you have to get developers at some point in time? And when you did, was it easy for them to pick up the development? Or did you have to throw everything away and start afresh? For those of you who are using a team, starting with a team right from the start is a better option, in my opinion, because you have, a better foundation for your product to evolve over time. Yes, it will cost you more. You may have to deal with people issues and so on. But I think the benefits of having an easy to change product and code base outweighs these challenges, especially if you are looking out far into the future with your product and not just focusing on building an MVP just to get investment and then fold your arms and not know what to do next. So if you're new here and not subscribed, please subscribe. If you find this video useful and think someone else may find it useful, please share the video. If you have comments to add, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you.